everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily if you are new, and I'm really excited you're here today. We are going to be making over and decorating my room for Christmas. Currently, it is a hot mess though. It is a complete disaster. There's boxes, clothes everywhere, just junk boxes all over the ground. We've been living like this. I've been putting the other part of the house as a main priority. Since we mainly live there, we only sleep in this room. So what's the big deal, right? If it's a total mess, yeah, kind of over that. So today we are overhauling it. We got lots of projects to do. We are making a headboard. We're painting. We're putting up a light fixture. We're going to be decorating a tree and putting new bedding in. Oh, got so much stuff to do to this room. So I hope you're excited for a little room makeover with Christmas decorating involved. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start by decorating the Christmas tree first. I don't have any extra really furniture in this room, so we have room right now for a tree in here. And so I thought I would set up this one. It's actually from last year. It has no lights on it. I bought the wrong one. This year I've already decorated the living room tree, so if you missed that video, it's the last one. I will leave it linked down below in case you're interested in seeing that. It's a beautiful tree. It has lights on it too. They dance and do all this cool stuff. But this one does not, so I have to actually add lights to this. But I wanted to let you know that today's video is actually a collab with 7 other wonderfully talented YouTubers. This collab was being put on by Shannon over at the Cozy Christmas Cottage. I will leave her channel in the playlist link down below. She is doing a roundup of Christmas trees to give you guys a whole bunch of ideas. You are not going to want to miss this. It's such a fun way to get different ideas for decorating your home and your tree, and I hope you guys will enjoy it and go say hello to everybody in the collab. If you happen to be new to my channel, welcome. My name is Emily and we just moved about a month ago and we are really excited. We live in the woods, and to embrace that, I wanted to kind of do a woodsy natural theme throughout the entire house, very moody and more on the simple side. Ornaments for this tree I'll be using are leftover black glittered ones. These ones are like a snow style. These are from the at-home store, as well as these wood beads and then these gold beads. I wanted more of this, but they only had one, so worked with what I got. I also got these. I'm not sure if these are glass or not, but I love the green. I wanted a hunter green, but they were super hard to find and I couldn't find any, so this is the alternative. And then these are from Hobby Lobby this year. They're really pretty. And then this is from Walmart last year. So I'm going to use these, I think, for the tree and intermix them. So no matter what you're using to decorate your tree, whether it's just ornaments or if you're using garland or ribbon or you're using picks, there's a lot of different ways that you can add them to your tree and you can get different looks from them. So the living room tree I used picks and I really love it. It was a little bit more on the elaborate side, but it's still simple and I really like it. It was very elegant. So if you haven't seen that video, go watch it when you're done watching this one. But this tree, even though it was green like the other one, I wanted a different look for it. Plus it's not as full as the living room one. So I really wanted to kind of embrace that more on the simple side with this one. It's not quite a Charlie Brown tree, but I feel like it doesn't need to be overdone, and so I wanted to kind of layer layers on without it being overpowering. So the garland, you know, just like ribbon, it can be installed different ways. I didn't have enough of it, so I actually went back and cut it and then draped it so it would lay better, like the wood garland. I like to go in with each ornament at a time and layer those in, and then I will take smaller or bigger ornaments and layer those on the inside or the outer part. So if there's a big gap at the end of the tree, I will hang on this tree an icicle, but on the other tree I hung big wood ornaments that I really loved. It's so pretty. So same color tree, similar ornaments, but in a completely different style. So don't be afraid to change it up. You can really tweak things even with the same things you have from last year. that the tree is looking all pretty and dolled up, we gotta tackle the rest of the room. So I was planning on changing out the headboard as well as my platform bed frame. I'm going to be painting it, just doing a couple simple DIYs, but I'm telling you, it makes all the difference. So now that I have a little border of paper around the bed so I can paint, I'm just going to go in and do a quick sand on the surface, making sure I remove any of the gloss that was on there. And I made this bed a couple years ago. I do have a video on how to make a platform bed, so I'll leave that link down below in case you want to make one. It's really inexpensive and it lasts a long time. I decided to change the stain color of the bed frame from that reddish walnut color to black, just so that it went better with the room. Finished painting the bed frame. Gotta go wash this out, and we're gonna start on the headboard next. We'll simply move on to the next house. The kids were helping me just remove the plastic from when we moved. I wrapped it so it wouldn't get all dirty, and I'm just going to detach the hardware so that way I can separate the back from the side legs. I'm not taking my eyes off of it. Me and the chimney tonight, right here by the tree. Okay, so here is the fabric I got to upholster the headboard. Now I do have an entire video on the headboard and the bed frame that I did last year. You guys, I'll link down below for you if you need more detail and you want to make one yourself. It's really simple, it's not complicated, and it will save you a ton. This fabric was, I think, $37 on sale at Hobby Lobby, and I really like it. It's a nice linen blend. It's not the thickest fabric, but it's not thin, and I like the coloring of it. It's like a gray, but it can also come off kind of taupey at the same time, depending on the lighting. And you know, lighting changes in the room throughout the day, so it's kind of nice. I like it. It doesn't come off purple or anything, which was key to me. I don't want blues, purples, or anything like that coming out in the fabric for the headboard. I want it to be very neutral, and I think I have achieved that with this. So I'm gonna lay this down and we're gonna basically go right over the old one. Whenever you're working with material, you want to make sure you get all the wrinkles out of it. That way you have a better chance of not having any creases or anything like that on your fabric. So that's what I'm doing here, just making sure it's all good. I'm going to be using this staple gun by Bonder. It works so good. I've had it for a couple months and I'm finally getting around to using it. It works way better than my electrical one. So if you're thinking about getting one and you need one, pick up this one. It works great. And so I'm just stretching the fabric and I'm just going right over the other fabric, like I said earlier that I was going to do. To make the headboard a little bit shorter too, so I went ahead and took this outside and just sawed off the bottom piece, and partially because I needed it to fit with the fabric too. So now that I got the leg arms on, I'm just going to reattach that to the actual headboard, and that will hold it up. Like I said, you could always hang this on the wall if you wanted to. So So now that the bed is all dry, I'm just going to vacuum up anything else that might be on the floor, because we're going to put the mattress back and then we're going to put in the rug. The rug that I'm using is actually, I bought it for the living room, but I didn't like the coloring in there and I thought it would look really good in here, so I saved it and it looks really good. I'm really happy with the way it looks in the room. So I thought it'd be pretty to have a sign over my bed, so I went ahead and got some leftover maple plywood I had in the garage, cut it to size. This is 12 inches by 48. I put painter's tape on the very edge to act as a border. I primed it and then I painted it white, let that dry, and then I used my Cricut Maker to cut out some vinyl lettering for it. You could put whatever you wanted for this. I did I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. I thought that'd be really pretty. It's very classic, but I go into more detail on how to make these signs too in my first Christmas decorate of the front porch, so I'll leave that video link down below if you want more information on it, but it makes it super easy with Cricut. The last thing I did to this sign was remove the painter's tape and then paint the edging black. So the next DIY for the bedroom is to put up the curtain rods. I picked these up off of Amazon, and everything I'm using today will be linked in the description box below. In case you like it, you can pick it up for your home as well. So when it comes to curtains, it's all personal preference. Some people like their curtains to hit the floor. Some people like their curtains to be right above the window. Some people like the curtains to be all the way to the ceiling. I like my curtains to be right in the middle between the window and the ceiling. I have 9-foot ceilings, and I ended up getting curtains that were 98 inches long from IKEA, and that worked out great. I didn't want to spend how much it was for 108-inch curtains, and then I had to hem them still. I wanted to keep it very simple because I was working on a lot of different projects for this room already, and so figure out what length curtain you can get in your room and then go from there. I actually hung my rod at 100 inches, and then to extend the length of my curtain, since they're 98 inches, they're a beautiful like green velvet. I ended up putting these hooks in from IKEA to cinch them to give it more tailored look. I went every 5 holes on the inner part here, and then to give the extra length to them, I got 1.5 inch rod hooks to go around my 1-inch rod, if that makes sense. And so it extends the curtains a good inch, so if you need the extra length, add that. Otherwise they would actually had to put them lower, and I didn't like that. I wanted to elevate the height of the room. And again, it's all personal preference, so do what works best for you in your home.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you.
So I ended up just using the same duvet cover I already had. I gave it a good wash. It's nice and clean. And then I ended up going in with my velvet green pillow covers. Now I made the mistake of not ordering the bigger ones. I actually bought the 26-inch inserts at IKEA, but I forgot to buy 24-inch pillow covers. So those are coming in the mail, so I'm working with what I got. Just know that they will be bigger, but again, work with what you got at home. Some people don't want a ton of pillows, and so I'm putting this really cute Better Not Pat one. I got that from at home last year, and they still have it this year. And so I know that the sizing for some people is going to be like too small, but it'll get bigger. I just have to wait for them to come in the mail. So this blanket is really cool. It's reversible. It is a faux fur on one side, and then it's matte on the other side, and it's so cozy. I love it, and I like it. Just brings in more moodiness into the room. And then to brighten it up and to layer on another piece, I got this blanket from IKEA. Again, you can use what you got, but I liked the way it kind of broke everything up, so I'm just going to put this on the side. I need to steam it to get all the wrinkles out and everything, but I'm going to start decorating the side tables here. I actually have lamps, but to be honest, we don't use them very often, so I thought I would just put something decorative on here for winter, since you know, it's nice and cozy. It's snowing currently outside. I don't know if you can see it falling through the window, but it's just so magical. I love it.
Falling into your arms, dancing up in the stars.
Now that I'm done decorating, let me remind you what the room looked like before, pretty blah and full of all of our boxes, and now this is the way it looks, and I could not be happier. I think it's so beautiful and magical for Christmas. If you have any questions on where anything is from, feel free to ask me, but I added a little pop of greenery to the top of the sign, which I think looks beautiful, and I really like the Walmart tree on the side with the greenery from Walmart as well. I used some vases that I got from the at-home store on top of the nightstands, which I really like the look of that without the lamps on there. And then this is from Target Dollar section, the reindeer and the tree. But I really love the way the headboard came out. I think it really looks good in the room. It's going to transition over the seasons really nicely. I still have more to do to the room. The light fixture came. It was not what I wanted, so I still need to address this part of the wall. I want to put a nice cabinet here with the TV possibly, and somehow intermix that dog bed so it blends in a little bit better. But I hope you have enjoyed today's Christmas decorate and room makeover. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and be sure to check out the Christmas playlist linked down below. The next video will also be a Christmas decorate and room makeover, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon.